Hello, Kingdom family. It's been a minute. I've been up to some really good things. So, the reason why I was away for a bit is because I was working on launching my book. So, come with me as I take you on a journey on how we got to write the book, publish the book, and really get it out to you. So, I hope you get yourself a copy because it's really inspirational. So, let's start from the beginning. Can you believe the original title of the book? Wait for it. It was Slay Giants Like a Queen. So when I started writing the book, I think I was probably in a phase whereby I was realizing that women face a lot of challenges in corporate, and it's about slaying giants. But one day in the shower, and I was just like, God, you know what? I need a title for the book. And God said, look, let's call it Grace to Win. Grace to Win. I said, why Grace to Win? And God was like, listen, because if people locate their area of grace, then they win in their sphere of influence. So literally, I was like, that was like a eureka moment. And I went to rewrite the book. So everything I'm saying to you is like less than a minute, but literally the process of researching, writing, and literally getting the book out there took more or less about 4 years. And so when we did the cover design, so the first part was obviously doing the cover design, and as you see, my photographer Dwayne and I really worked hard. I mean, we took so many shots and trying to determine what will be good. So we were deciding whether to put my face on it or not on it. Then we ultimately decided that, look, let the photo, like a photo, be on the main cover, because then it sort of sells the book even better, because you can even see the person behind the book. And we went through a very intense process in terms of, for example, the writing up and then putting it up on formatting. So we use different softwares to make sure that we format it right, to make sure that the typesetting is actually what we wanted. After like writing and everything, founding the publisher, we waited for the books to arrive, and look at the books. When they arrived, I was so excited. I could not contain myself, because what was once a Word document literally came alive as a tangible book, and the process was really interesting, because it was actually very fascinating for me in terms of how we actually got around to publish it. The books have arrived. The next part is me going to Pretoria and showing you how things get done so that your book is catalogued in the National Library of South Africa. I drove through Pretoria from the side of Mainland. Pretoria is beautiful, and it was right about springtime, and the jacaranda trees came out in full bloom. As I was driving the streets, right, I felt like the trees are doing a standing ovation, like giving me a round of applause. And I was just so happy as I was just driving. And as you see, you come to the National Library of South Africa. And when you enter, you have to fill out this form. So you are able to fill out this form electronically before you deliver. And so I filled out this form, and so that my book is catalogued and submitted in the National Library. And this lady, she was so good and so kind to me as I was taking the pictures and obviously showcasing that, hey, our book is in the National Library. Boop, 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 boop. I'm so glad that at least you've been part of this journey so far. So the next part was preparing and planning for the launch. So I had the launch planned. Oh my word, what a bunch of work this was. But I think more than anything, it tested my faith, because one, I had to believe that I wanted a very nice venue. I wanted it to resemble, the triumph of like where I come from in terms of being a girl. I grew up Soweto, Pimvili, and I wanted a place that was sort of going to give me a full circle moment, from Soweto to Sandton. That was really what was on my mind, to say, look, if we can come out from Sandton, from Soweto, Ritleko Sandton, it's a statement to say, look, we can push against all odds. We can push against anything that sort of holds us back. And so that was really why I was looking for a venue that was very nice, very nice. So as you can see, this is the venue that I had in mind for the initial launch. Look at this place from the outside. It is absolutely stunning, and look at it. As I step into the turnstiles, the auditorium, I was like, this is the place. This place resonated with everything on the inside of me, and then I was like, I want my book launch here. And if you can see, it's a huge auditorium, and the prayer and the vision was to make sure that this room is filled with people I love and people who are going to be part of my journey, so that they go out there and tell the Grace to Win story. And as a build-up to the book launch, so we were involved in many activities. So we started doing art distribution. So the first stop was with Lifestyle Books in Maponya Mall. Again, Soweto girl, doing the things. Went to Lifestyle Books, and there it was, a book on the Lifestyle bookshelf, and they were so amazing. And I really highly recommend, if you're a book and you want your book out there, they've got really good deals, and they've got branches across. So we'll be definitely going in the other branches, but we started at Maponya Mall, and as you can see, here's our book, and this is where we're gonna have our book signing and our homecoming celebration later. So you see, first we did our best to get as much PR as possible. So we did an interview on Hope Restoration Radio, and as you can hear, there were things and questions in terms of how the book is resonating, particularly with people who really want to take charge of their destinies and make sure that they win in their sphere of influence. We were making all the plans. As we were making all the plans for the book launch, we also took our books to Estoril Books in the Mark in Sandton. And Estoril Books had an exhibition whereby, they put our books there among the grades. As you can see, with the grades like your T.D. Jakes, Joel Osteen, and there we were. It was a really exciting and fascinating moment for us, and we sold out a few moments later. Come on now. And so this is really what was exciting, that even before the launch, and as we build up, that people were having interest in the book. So yay. Hey guys, so as a build up, one of the other things that happened as a build up towards the launch, I had a book signing at Microsoft South Africa. So I used to work at Microsoft, and there was an alumni event, and people came from across, even some from the UK and old colleagues, and it was beautiful. As you can see, the books were selling, my colleagues, but one of my most important people that I met on the day was Teto Nyati, who's the current chairman of ESCOM, and he used to be my former MD, and giving him a signed copy was also an exhilarating moment for me. It was just so exhilarating, so that you have somebody that you look so up to in industry, and they have a copy of your book. So I was just so excited. We want to have this book, and it's so exciting, guys. Planning a whole book launch was not easy. There was a lot of logistics involved. So in terms of getting the additional books, in terms of making sure the venue is good, and a lot of other things that go in the background, making sure that the people that are going to come, they get a good message, organizing a panel. So as you see, then I was like, okay, because I want the book launch to really have a kicker, so I started organizing speakers so that we have a full panel. Number one, definitely my mentor, Mam Cindy Mabasokoyana. Then we had Harmonica Tolondi. I think you know him from Top Billing, and he's actually an economist. Then we got Kamukhala Mutsidi, my darling sister. She's actually an erudite in politics, economics, but then also in technology. Then we had Deirdre Watson-Mayers. She actually utilizes visual arts, and she's got her master's, and she utilizes the arts to enable strategy. And then myself, definitely. And then also Dr. Simpiwa Matikizela. He was one of the first and the youngest PhDs with regard to making sure in those early days he was one of the youngest PhDs, and what is phenomenal about him is even a professor. So the panel was loaded, and again, as I said, it's about making people win in their spheres of influence. So I had people on the panel who are very strong, who are very knowledgeable, to drive the message across, so that whoever's at the book launch understands that when you walk out of there, you walk out empowered, knowing that you can definitely win in your sphere of influence. I'm just loving the fact that people came from different walks of life and just to celebrate this day with me and just to say, look, we are with you, but also the fact that this book is going to impact so many people, and for that I'm eternally grateful. And then came the homecoming Soweto. Boop, 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 boop. You know, driving to Soweto for me was a lot of emotions, because the thing about it is, here I am, a homegirl, going back to Gokasi, going back to where I grew up, really, Kopimville, and looking forward to the community that raised me, people who grew up with me, people who raised me, to see their girl launching a whole book and doing a whole homecoming. So we, as our family, we just got together. I mean, the dream team came again, and we organized a book signing place again. As I said, it's at Lifestyle Books in Soweto. That's where you can find our books. And we had this whole beautiful table set up, and we just, as you can see, again, we opened in a word of prayer. But what was amazing is the people that came. People came and traveled, you know, from far, just to say, Khomozo, we want to see this and we want to see this succeed. And people were walking in the mall. Batong, come on, so is this you? Oh, Batong. Oh, it was so nice. As I said, the community that raised me, my neighbors, people who raised me from church, my friends. It was so beautiful because they were all there to share this beautiful and special moment with me. And I'm so glad that there's this whole Lifestyle Books, that it can actually stock up your book and you actually just share a message as a South African author with people who can connect with your story. So this is really what has excited me, and it was so beautiful. And the lessons learned is that, you know, never be tired in terms of pursuing your dreams and what you want to do. So after really the amazing launches and everything, what matters is now you getting the book in your hands. As I said, this book, Grace to Win, Finding Your Why to Win in Your Sphere of Influence, is about you locating the area of your grace. It is about you identifying what you were called to do, learning to plug into that so that you live out a life of destiny, a life of purpose. And it's exciting to know that we really had an exciting and a very good time. As I say, that this whole book launch journey was amazing. So in the next year, I'll be doing episodes with regard to the book itself. So stick around. I'm going to take you through that as we plan 2026 together. Reason being is that this book can launch you into the destiny that God has created for you. This book can literally help you unlock what God wants you to do. So stick around as we're gonna come back with a bang as the Queendom Network, and make sure that, you know what, 2026 is one for the books. No pun intended.